Hello everybody, welcome back. In this video we will move further and we'll just rename this cylinder to neck, and now we will just move further and let's see what we want to do more. So here we have this type of shirt, and this shirt is good. We have this type of section as well, and yeah, so we can do this with the simple box, I think. So box will be fine, and if we go to side view you can see that box will act better. So let's go to front view. Let's create a box cube, and we can just press edit. We can just bring it here on this section. We will just go to wireframe mode, A to select everything as to scale it, something like this, and then we will just select the upper vertices. Let's move these vertices here, okay, and also we'll just create some loops here. So Control R, and we'll just create 3 loops. Select the half and we can delete the half. We can go to modifier, mirror it, and now we have another section of the shirt. So that's good. We'll just go to side view and we can go to vertices mode, and here you can see this is our shirt, but we'll just select everything and we'll just move this place over here because in reference shape we have this type of impact. So let's add it here, and we will do nothing, and we will just create one loop here in here, and then what we will do, we will just create a subdivision surface right away. Okay, so what it will do, it will create some subdivision surfaces here, okay, and it will give us this type of rounded view, which is good. If we increase it, you can see it will be more complex, so we'll just keep it at 1. Okay, at 1 it is good, and now we'll just go to object mode by pressing tab, and we will click here and we will apply this subdivision surface. So now this is our basic shape, and which is good. If we go to fun, press 1, and if we select everything, and now you can see we can scale it to z-axis if we want to do so, and also we can move these last vertices to this point. So we can go to wireframe mode, we can select these vertices, and we can move these vertices like this. Okay, also you can see that we have a hand section, but we can actually extrude this section as well if we want to do so, and yeah, and we can also select this section and we can bring it here maybe, and yeah, this one is fine, and we need a loop here to this point. So now I think this is the overall shape of our main robot shirt, and then what else we need is that we can just create this type of extrusion from the middle. So for that purpose, you can see that we have these black vertices, so we can't see these black vertices in a proper view. I am not going to delete this section, so I will just move these vertices a little bit to make this shape a little bit like this, like a robot. Okay, and we will not delete any section, so let's move it here maybe. Okay, and then one vertex is here, and we will not move that vertex, we'll just move this vertex to this spot, and we'll just move this vertex to this spot. We will just create a loop here if we need, and you can see one middle loop here, so we'll just move this vertex here. That's good. And then we will join these vertices as well, so we'll select all these vertices, move it like this, and then this vertex, this loop, we can just move it a little bit like this, and that's it. And here in the on this section we can just extrude this section inside as well. So before that I will just select this section, middle section. I think in wireframe mode we can select this one, sorry, okay, this one and this one, and then this complete shirt like this. And you can see some loops are selected from back, so I will just move back and will select these loops consistently. Okay, and now we will just move it inside a little bit, or we can extrude it outside as well. So I will just extrude it to y-axis a little bit inside like this. Okay, and also scale it a little bit. So if we apply the modifier now, subdivision surface again, and if we check it out, you can see this type of effect, which is quite good, and this type of extrusion. And we definitely need the texture or material on this section, and that will look good. Although you can see that the next section is also extruding inside, so I will just make it smooth, that is better. But for next section what we can do, we will do the same thing. So before that I will just select everything back, and I will select this section as well. Okay, and then I will extrude it, and let's extrude it like this to the y-axis maybe. Okay, and the z-axis a little bit to give this type of impact. Yeah, that's better now. And now if we apply subdivision surface, it will give us better result. Yeah, that's quite good. And now definitely we can just select it and we can just move it a little bit up for the next section. Okay, so that's better. So now we have a nice shirt, and for the middle buttons we can create the button sections as well if we want to do so. So I think we will not create the button, we can create that button separately, because it will create a lot of problems while moving further. So although you can create some vertices and you can create some circular shape as well, but after joining the body we can do so. So I will just not do this thing now, and for this extrusion we can just click here, Control R, sorry, in edit view, press Control R to, sorry again, we will just hide this thing, Control R, and we'll just create a section here, Control R again, and then we'll just create some corners here, here, and then here, and then we can select these 3 points. Also recheck it, and you can see that the back faces are selected for no reason, so we'll just select the front section. Okay, and that's why I was hiding these the back faces earlier. So E, Y to extrude it to y-axis like this, and that's good. Now if we apply the subdivision surface and tab, you can see this type of effect, which is good, but it's not very good. So this is in the corner, so it's not good. so we will just move back, okay, and we will just create another button here. Okay, we'll just fix these loops a little bit, keep these loops a little bit consistent, and then we can select these sections and we'll press EY. Okay, and now you can see it's quite better shape now. That's good. And now what else we need is for the shirt, I think the side is fine, and we can go to here, and you can see this type of extrusions, so we can do that later on. And here we can have this type of extrusion here, so we can just select Control R and Control R again, and then we can go to shaded view, and here I will select it, Control R, and we can select this section. I think we can just create a loop here as well, and then we can just go to vertices, we can select this section and delete it, select this area, circle it and scale it a little bit, EZ to extrude it upside, and with shift control we can keep it straight, okay, and then S to scale it like this, ES, and then we will just press F to join the faces, and we'll just create a loop here in the corner, and that's it. Hopefully we'll have this type of robot. That's good. And now what else we need with the shirt? We need a little bit cut here in the bottom section. So for that purpose we can just go to front view, we can just go to wireframe mode, and now we can select this section, I think till here, okay, yeah, this much, and we can either delete it if we want to do so, but I think we can extrude it as well. So for this section we can just extrude it to Z-axis, and we can extrude it like this. Sorry. So with this type of extrusion you can see we have this type of effect, but actually we don't want it. We want to extrude this section as well. So for that we can just select the polygon selection, and we can select this one as well, okay, and this one as well. And now if we extrude it to Z-axis it will give us some better result, okay, like this. And definitely we can scale it as well to fix out this problem. So I think it will work fine, but when we will just go to subdivision surface it will create problem here, okay. So for solving this issue we can just move back again, and we will just create a loop here, okay. So where we are finalizing the actually this section of here, we will create a loop here. So let's add a sharp cut here, and then again a cut here, okay, and now we will select this area, and now you will see that we will get some better result. So like this, and this one as well, and now we can just press E and S to scale it like this, okay, and to Z-axis we just move it like this, okay. And now you can see we have that type of extrusion. If we go to subdivision surface tab, you can see this type of impact, which is quite good and which we need for our character. Okay, so that's nice. We have successfully created our shirt. And the last thing, I will just go to object mode, and we can just apply this mirror modifier. And now mirror modifier is applied, and now what we can do, we can just select these section, and we can create the buttons as well. So for the buttons, what we can do, we can just create a loop here to this side and this side as well. And if we go to front view, we can see that where is our button? So 2, 3, 4. So there is no consistency level, so we can just create buttons randomly. So I will just select a button here, and then we will just select a button, 2 buttons, and then we will create a button here, a button here as well. And then what else we need is we need a button. Actually 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons are fine. That are fine, that's good. And now what we can do, we can select these 2 faces, these 2 faces, these 2 faces, and these 2 faces, and we can make a circle, and we can just make it circle like this. Okay, and then we can extrude it to y-axis like this to create some shape of the buttons. Okay, so let's extrude it to y-axis. So that's good. That's our robot buttons. That's good. Yeah, that's better. So now this is it. Shirt is ready. Now we will not apply this modifier, which is subdivision surface, before texturing, otherwise it will create too much problem, and after texturing we can do so. Okay, also if you need some better impact here, you can increase this and this render view and this thing, and if you will increase it more, it will give you better and better result, but definitely you will get some very high space memory to be consumed. Okay, so that's it for this video. In next video we will move further and we will work on these arms maybe.